It's Joe, no Joe, no Joe. Oh, you know what it is. Keep on hating. You hating ass haters. You know what it is. Choke no joke. You already know. We live, baby. Live on YouTube. You know how we do. My girl CC Crippin in the building. Whack on wood in the building. All right. O1 Drew C in the building. Mike Miggity in the building. Mike Morgan, what up? Mary in the building. All right, the membership gang is here. Certainty in the building. Membership gang is here. So, as I let y'all know, Taiwan in the building. What up? Chuck in the building. What up? As y'all know, I'm on the cruise. All right. I was on the cruise earlier. I've been on the cruise for it's been a week since I've been on this cruise already. And I'm not done yet. I'm still rocking the boat like a Leah, baby. You heard? But so y'all gotta bear with me. You gotta understand that the Wi-Fi on a cruise ain't like as if I was home. So I see a lot of y'all crying in the comments. Oh man, Joe, man, you stop the crying. The joint I did with 50 about 50 Cent and T.I. earlier, the Wi-Fi was messing up. So the little 10-minute, 13-minute video or whatever, I was trying to wait until the Wi-Fi was right and it was messing up. So you got a little bit of information. But what I did do is I pre-recorded what I wanted to say earlier. You know what I'm saying? In the video, which I would drop after this show go off. All right. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's in here already that chimed in. I appreciate y'all. As I told y'all, I got a special guest. So I'm not going to do the whole intro or whatever thing because I got, some people that's been sitting around waiting to kick it with me and kick it with y'all. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody in the Choke No Joke travel group. You know how we do. We go around the world, internationally known. Last year I went where? Uh, I went to Mexico twice, Cozumel, Cancun. Uh, I went to Dubai last year. Um, where else did I go last year? I went to Thailand last year. Went to Hong Kong last year. Um, where else did I go last year? Bimini, Bahamas last year. Um, I went a lot of places last year. That was just last year. This is actually my first trip of the year. And on this trip already, I've been to Turks and Caicos. I've been to Antigua. I've been to St. Kitts and Nevins. I've been to Puerto Rico. And I'm still out here cruising. All right? So I'm here to inspire y'all to get off the block, get you a passport, because some of y'all know people, like I know people, that never even left a borough, yet alone left the state, yet alone left the country. All right? So first and foremost, before these laws change and it be very difficult for you to get a passport, make sure you go and do that. All right? It costs you nothing, probably about $130, $130, if that. And if you get your ticket to travel, you can do a speedy process and get your passport the same day. You know what I mean? If you already got a ticket to go somewhere. just a little jewel for y'all that think that it take a long time to get a passport, right? So tonight, I want to introduce y'all to somebody that's very special. Like me, they inspire, right? To get people to get up and go and do things that they never done before. You know what I mean? And they even brought somebody with them to expand on the experience that he's going to tell you about. For all the mothers out there, especially if you're in the tri-state area, the New York, Jersey, Connecticut, you know, Pennsylvania, anywhere close to New York, this is a good person for you to know. And it don't even matter where you at, because you can still get introduced to this person, and you can still deal with this person no matter what state you are. And it's great benefits. And like y'all know, I love to travel, right? So I'm gonna introduce y'all to my man, Travel with Chaz, and he got a guest with him. You know what I mean? And let me bring my man, Charles Benson, aka Charles, Travel with Chaz, on the platform. So my man CB, aka Charles Benson, aka Travel with Chaz, he gonna drop a little jewels. And like I said, if you got kids in the house, bring them on, tell them come in the living room, come sit down and watch this, because this is gonna be very inspirational to y'all. All right.
My brother. Yep. Appreciate that, man. I couldn't ask for a better welcoming. Thank you so much, brother Cho. I am Charles Wilson Chaz. I got my guy here, Jay Wonder, with me to talk a little bit about Travel with Chaz. And just off of what you said, off the straight of what you said, you talked about state and country. We're talking about some kids that haven't even been off their block, man. Some kids, though, like we're out of the Bronx, so some kids haven't been off of Fordham Road, or we're in Queens off of Hillside Avenue. So what our business is, we're in the business of giving experiences to youth. So basically, we're a 501c3 that my wife Jennifer and I started over 10 years ago. And the mission is to expose youth from underserved communities to different experiences, such as what you talk about, like taking those trips, taking those travel, you know, whether it's going to the Knicks games, the Yankees, the Mets. We just did a trip to Philadelphia. We have fathers. We took 200 fathers and their families with Bronx fathers taking action to the Bronx Zoo. You know, it's all about exposure. Because listen, if we could talk about it all day long, but if you don't see it, if you're not out there, you don't know what it is, man. So that's what we do, is we expose. We don't just have kids talking about, yo, you could be this, you could do that. We take them out there and let them see what it's about. And it builds. We see it. You know, we see it. It's not just going on a trip. You know, it builds confidence in them. You know, we see the confidence, they have the vision of like, oh wow, like I can do this, I can be there. And we're gonna hear from Jay, because he can tell it way better than I can. But you know, you just seeing it happen is powerful. I had a young man the other day. We had a boxing program called Guns Down, Gloves Up. We do it out of Soundview, out of Phipps Soundview, and when the DOE, we do it in some of the schools. And one of the young men came and called my wife and I and just said, like just a random call, and said, you know, I just want to thank you and Mrs. Benson, because honestly, if I wasn't in this program, I'd probably be locked up or dead right now and stuff. He's like, you know, and this is a true story, his words. And this is the kind of stuff that keeps us going, because you know, when you do a nonprofit, it's not easy with the funding. It gets hard. But when you hear these stories like that and you see the change, it matters a lot. So I'm gonna let Jay speak a little bit about what he's doing, how, like, when he came into the program and how it's worked for him.
Wait, hold on. Before we get to Jay real quick, right? Tell me what inspired you to start this program.
Yeah. So there was honestly, part of it was our little man, our middle son. Like Charles Sebastian, he's an ambassador too. When we used to do trips and we would go out and take him on different trips, he saw a young man who was in the project, who every day we went out, he was in the window. When we came back, he was in the window. He said, "Dad, does this kid go on trips with his parents and stuff?" And I'm like, maybe, I'm not sure. He's like, "Can we take him with us?" And I'm like, you know, in these days and times, we can't do that like that. But he kept asking. So eventually the kids were in the same school. So I told the mom, listen, we take our kids to a couple of trips. We do a couple of things. If you guys want to ever come along. She was like, nah, it's all right. But then after a few months, she came along on one of the trips, allowed her son to go. And we took 3 kids on a Bronx trolley. And we took them on the trolley. They came back and they said this was the best trip they ever had. They don't even remember where they went. Like we did a little trolley around the Bronx, went to City Island or something, heard some stories. But the hot cocoa that they had on there and a chance to be off their block, man, and see something different. And we realized, wow, experiences like this makes a difference. So that was the motivator. And then we also saw that like kids, when they don't have school, when they're out of school or they have like too much free time, like we heard, I don't know if it's happening over downtown, down south now, but they got the takeover. Like they had 400 kids in Co-op City. I had the pleasure of meeting one of them. These aren't trouble kids. I said, what happened? What, you hear people saying like they're trouble kids, they need spankers, they need this. I asked them what happened. And the kid said, we weren't on any mission, man. We were bored. We didn't have anything to do. We were out of school. We had nothing to do. I'm like, we got programs. We got programs after school every day. We got programs every weekend. We got something. If we don't have a program, we'll make the program happen. So that's the motivation behind it, because it's like, listen, we get in what we're doing now, but we can't forget about our youth, man. We got to be there and not just say, hey, this is what you need to do. We need to show. We need to teach. We need to grab a hand and say, hey, I'm gonna take you through this with me right now.
Right. See, and the one of the most famous sayings is idle time is the devil's playground. Right?
Yes, sir.
So when you like, I grew up in Edenwald Projects, right? And if you sitting around on the bench and you got the drug dealers out there, they selling drugs, eventually they're going to ask you to be the lookout. And then for being the lookout, you bag up for them. After you bagging up for them, then you on the block pitching for them. And then you pitching for them, and then your ass is on Rikers Island. Right?
It is.
Or you get robbed and killed, and you in the coffin before you even got a chance to even leave the block.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, like you said, those kids that was running around Co-op City, they ain't have nothing to do. So they all bombed the malls and just ran through, Bay Plaza and all that stuff because they didn't have nothing to do. They couldn't come up with nothing better else to do but just go do some something that was negative, opposed to, hey, let's all walk the car to City Island, right? Once you cross over to City Island, you see a different type of environment, right? Or let's walk to Orchard Beach.
There you go, right?
You gotta, but they want to go and think that they probably was going to run up in stores and loot and do stuff that was going to send them to jail. So, like I'm saying, idle time is the devil's playground.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, I introduced the guy sitting next to you, the young man over here.
It's my guy Jay Wonder right here. So you're gonna tell his story and how we met up and what he's doing now. How the program helped him out. But go ahead, brother.
All right. So I'm not gonna lie. When I was a young kid in my elementary school, I kind of was a troublemaker. And my mom didn't know what to do. She got me a para. I used to go to the detention line. She didn't know what to do. So she was thinking of sending me to boarding school, but that was gonna be too far. She was gonna see me. She didn't feel like that. So she sent me to this boxing club, right? And I didn't really have anger to get rid of, but there was some, I don't know. After I went to the boxing club, I learned morals. I didn't get necessarily better at boxing because that wasn't really my thing. But what's it called? I became a better kid ever since that because I was around good people. And it changed my perspective of how I should be living and doing things. And ever since that, I've never seen the office again. Also,
wait, how old are you now?
13, and I was 10 or 9 at the time I was with them.
All right, so why do you think you were getting in trouble, and and in school?
Cause I don't think I had like a good environment around me, like
Hmm.
where I used to grow up. I look obviously my mom did everything the best that she could to raise me right, and it's been working. It is at school though. The teachers weren't like the best at getting me together. Just like if, as soon as I get in trouble, just go to the principal's office instead of teaching me anything. I'm not gonna lie, the school like I did like the school a little, but like it wasn't really teaching me like the best way. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, was your dad at home, like your mom and dad, or did you just grow up with your mom raising you?
Just grow with my mom. I mean, my dad did come around. Some like it's not like he completely left me, but I know I didn't live with my dad.
All right, so you was lacking a little discipline on the male side, so maybe that's what you got from dealing with Chaz.
Grow like but also like Chaz, I see also with Chaz, like the other kids that was there too. They were good kids as well. So I guess after being in that group for a while, like I had a good environment that made me feel better. And I didn't have this darkness in me, and I became a better kid.
So how did this program make you a better person?
Um, like I stopped getting in trouble often. I actually started being kinder to people instead of like if you got something bad to say, don't say it. Like, and I started thinking that way a lot. I started helping teachers without even them asking me to. I started acting more kinder. Yeah.
So and did your grades get better as well?
Oh yeah, way better. It's I think I mean, in elementary school, I wasn't really focused on them, but my state test though, the grades, it wasn't the best. I got like twos and threes, and now I'm getting threes and fours.
Okay. So how long you been in this program?
Um, how long have
Oh,
I been?
it's about like 4 years, like
Yeah,
close to about 4.5 years.
yeah, 4.5 years.
All right. So in the 4 years that you've been traveling with Chaz, where are some of the places that you've been to?
So been to baseball games, basketball games. I've traveled with him to a parade. I can get into all three of those things a lot. Like yeah, I'm thankful for him inviting me to those games and stuff because some kids they don't get the opportunity to go watch those games in person, like let alone on TV. So I got to experience because I never went to a basketball game in my life.
Hmm.
So that first time was a great experience, and I'm very thankful for that. And
What game did you go see? Who you get to see play?
the Knicks, of course. Yeah.
So the Knicks, of course.
That's right. BX, baby. All
Mhm.
right. So how many other kids have you met since you've been in this program?
I think 4 or 5.
Five that
I'm
you
mainly
grew with?
interacting with the kids from either the parade or boxing,
Right.
but the tickets were like separate in the games though, because I didn't. Well, maybe I probably met a kid at the game. I just didn't know they were in the group.
Right.
Mhm.
So if you had some kids that was watching right now and you wanted to inspire them to join the group, what would you tell them about it?
Um, that to if you're struggling, oh my goodness, if you're struggling right now, look out and try to travel with Chaz and any of his programs that he's hosting. Because how much programs like do you have other than boxing?
We have about like I mean different cohorts boxing, about like 5-6 programs that we do.
So like you could search them up online. Do you have like a website?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's it called?
My PR guy here too. TravelChaz.org. I love it, man. He about to be on the cruise too, doing this right now. I love it.
Yeah.
And Jay
You
was
got definitely take them on one of them Disney cruises or something, man. They love a cruise, bro. I'll tell you. It's so much to do on the cruise, especially the kids' cruises, the water slides. They got arcade games. They got like arcades with all the games. Man, they will have a field day. That's something you should do for the summer.
That's what he just said. He never been on a cruise. So when somebody says something like that, like I never been on a cruise, I wanted to go on a cruise. That's how Kalahari happened. I had last year we had 50 kids say we never been to Kalahari. So we put together a Kalahari trip. It started for the seniors, but we ended up doing it for like all the kids that were in school and stuff like that. And we did a trip like no. And the other thing about it is that, and this is where the funding piece comes in, nobody gets left behind. So you're not excluded because you don't have the money. You know, I mean, definitely these things cost, but like we make sure that people get the opportunity. So when they said they wanted to see it, so you hear it right now. When I'm on a podcast next year and stuff like that, he's going to talk about how we did the cruise, because we're gonna make a cruise happen. What we do, even if it's a short cruise and stuff, but just something that where they're exposed to different things. Absolutely.
What's Kalahari? Because I've never been there.
Kalahari is a water park in up in the Poconos area. So one of our signature programs is a lot of the kids, when they go to school, they get the summer break and they might do the summer youth program. They don't get a lot of vacation. So one of the big signature things that we incorporate is we do a 3-day, 2-night overnight trip. And we do that to the Poconos. Last year we went to the Poconos, we went to Kalahari. It's a water park. So we do 2 days, like usually 2 days, 2 to 3 days there, and overnight. And the other part, what he said, and I saw a comment when someone said he has a great mom. He does. A mom is over here right now, actually, because the parents, that part is so important too. So all the parents that are out there, or not only the parents, everyone who's looking at this right now, listen, we talked about idle hands. I'm talking about also about a village, right? We grew up learning that it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a community. So we need community. Everybody makes a difference and stuff like that. Like, in just whether it's just motivating and saying, hey, I believe in what you're doing and your mission, like, or being a support, volunteering some time and stuff, or a connection to somebody who may have, is connected to a music field or cruise line or something like that. So everybody has that exposure and that connection and can help out in different ways. So the parents have always been so powerful in helping us to make this happen.
Will his mom get on camera?
Mom's it. Christy, you wanna get on camera real quick? We realize that the parents, I was saying how important the parents are, and like you guys like being there, because we can't do it without the parent support and stuff. So I got to shout you out, because you when it's time to show up, you show up. So I'm gonna let you come over here real quick, Mom.
Hey.
Mama Love, what up, Mama Love?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm good. And what's your name?
Christy.
Christy, pleasure to meet you. I'm Arthur. Right. So your son seems to enjoy this travel with Chaz. What inspired you, or what allowed you to let your son go and deal with them?
So, if I'm being real honest, I was looking for, he was giving me some hard time in school, and I was looking for an outlet for him to, really get better in, because I tried the sports. They say, oh, he's a boy, he has a lot of energy, put him in sports, and the sports was not sporting. It was not working. And then someone brought up boxing. So I'm looking at, my grandfather in heaven is my witness. I'm looking for boxing online, and it's like you have to be a certain age, or you had to pay a certain price. And then I saw, no ice, please. And then I saw Travel with Chaz, and it said, hold on, mama. And it said free, and then it was all ages, and I was like, no way. And then I called, and they're like, yeah, just come. And I'm like, but wait, is it really free, and is it really all ages? And they're like, yeah. So she was a baby, and I actually have a picture with them, like she's like a little baby going like this, and him on their first class. And I was like, oh my goodness. And it took off from there.
Okay. So would you recommend this for other women or other parents to get their kids involved?
Yes, absolutely. And it's not only just to get your kids involved in programs, it's also we have a group chat and just we share so much in that group chat. Like when my son started taking rapping more serious into his career, like I'll say, hey, look, Jay has a video out, and everyone will comment. Or if someone needed a survey and needed people's feedback, they'll put it in the group chat. Even if it's just someone's birthday and everyone's just wishing happy birthday, like it's really a community. It's not just bringing your kids to some free event or a game or a show. Like we actually are a community. We actually have for a form, which is WhatsApp. And are you familiar with WhatsApp?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah. So it's like our own little club where we could, share things, we could vent, we could encourage each other. So I
Okay.
definitely recommend it.
Oh, so all the parents, y'all stay in tune with each other, and that's beautiful. That's
Yeah,
beautiful because when I was younger, we didn't have anything like that.
I know. And
So,
sometimes technology is a hit or miss, but in that sense it's definitely a hit. It's very, very useful. It's just it's like your own diary.
right. Hey, hold on 1 second, y'all. Somebody ringing my doorbell.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing? I'm good. No, I don't need so. No, I'm good. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Aaron. See, they take good care of me over here at Virgin Voyages.
Good,
See
good.
if
I
I
thought
need anything.
I
Yeah.
thought it was the Mega Million people to tell you that you won.
Yeah, I wish it was.
You remember when they used to knock on the door and come with the cameras? Hey, you won for life.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I wish that would happen on a cruise. All right. So now you just mentioned that your son has a rap career, right?
Mhm.
Now, tell me a little bit about that and why do you allow your son to get into music?
So when like I said, he was having a real difficult time in elementary school. In his last year, fifth grade, he joined this program, music program in his school, and they were like, "Oh, he has to stay after school." And I'm like, "This kid is always in trouble. Like, I'm not signing him up." And I used to tell him, like, "You're not going to any after school program or anything because they keep calling me complaining about you." But they were like, "No, we really think this will be good for him. It'll be a different outlet." So I said, okay. And at this point, I'm trying everything. I'm trying boxing. I'm trying music. Whatever you're saying that's gonna help my son, I'm gonna try. And he did a verse on the song that the I guess the after school program did. And I was like, oh wow, who wrote the verse? And they were like, Jay wrote the verse. And I was like, no, he didn't. And they were like, yeah, he did. That's a good verse. And then from there I started noticing he'll be in his room and he'll search up beats and not what's going on. Like he's listening to like Pharrell and like the 2000s, the 1990s, and I'm like, what is this? Like he's really like into it. And started writing. Like I know my grandfather passed, he wrote a verse on Song Cry with Jay-Z. And it's just like the type of music he was looking at, the beats he was listening to, what he was writing about. I was like, oh no, he's really using this as an outlet.
Right.
And he told me he's like, this is what I want to do. I want to rap. And I said, you know what, if this is what you want to do, as long as you do good in school. I tell him all the time, I actually have a weekly email thread with his teachers because I'm just a little scared from what's happened in elementary school that this has happened again. And honestly, knock on wood, I haven't had not one bad email since.
That's good, man. I'm proud of you, little man.
Thank
You're making your mama proud. You know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
he knows. Even when he would go to the games with Chaz, I'm telling him, I'm like, if your teacher tells me something, you're not going. I don't care. If it's, we'll find someone last minute to take your place. But no, he really it really got him on the straight and narrow, as they say.
Right. Yeah, stay focused, man. And don't, no matter what people say to you, if they tease you about anything, don't let them discourage you. Stay focused, because I know as a kid, kids could be cruel. You know, when I was young, I used to have braces. They used to call me metal mouth, train track mouth, and I would pull the braces off so they wouldn't talk about me. And my father would be pissed because he spent all this money, and now my teeth ain't straight because I let kids clown me. And I'm thinking I'm not cool because I got braces, and my father was doing the right thing to make sure I got straight teeth. And I let these knuckleheads discourage me and keeping the braces on. And I regret that to this day. And that's just one example. So when people are saying stuff to you and they snapping on you and they joking on you, or they say your music is whack, don't listen. As long as you stay confident in yourself and you know that what you're doing is right and you're not doing nothing negative, just keep doing what you're doing and do not let nobody get you off your square, because they're going to try. And most of the time it's jealousy because they can't do it. You know what I mean? But okay, Ma, I'm gonna let you go. But I appreciate you sharing your story, and I'm sure you're going to encourage a lot of women and parents, or maybe single fathers out there, to look into this program, especially in New York, because like I was telling Chaz, idle time is the devil's playground. When you standing around on the clock and you ain't got nothing to do, you got these older dudes that will manipulate your son or your daughter to do wrong and use them to go out there and do stuff they wouldn't do themselves because they know the repercussions behind it. So they use the young ones that don't have the knowledge, that know what the end of the road is, or what they trying to get you to do, and they'll manipulate your kids, and your kid will be in jail or worse. You know, so keep close eyes on your son, keep him away from them negative people, and I see a bright future for your children, because you definitely are focused and keeping them away from the BS.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a blessed one. God bless.
That's cool. That's cool. That's a true story. Yeah, man. Love it.
Yeah. So Chaz, like, so when you dealing with the parents, right? You know, like, you know, there's single mothers, there's single fathers. Do you have married couples that have children that are involved as well?
Absolutely. I mean, we have all we have the whole family dynamic. I mean, I have some homes where it's not, it might be the aunt, or it might be, a guardian or something that's taking care. But we deal with the whole family, and we partner with Bronx Fathers Taking Action out here in the Bronx too. So like I said, like with the movement with the Bronx Zoo, that was a whole family thing. What we realized over the years, though, is like we started with the youth, and the main focus was the youth. But what we realized is that, like, there's a whole package. So it's like we realized that, like, bringing in the moms, the fathers, the dads, the families, like, people are working hard. Life be lifing, right? People working, they go on to work, and they're trying to pay the bills, make sure the kids come home safe. Parents need time too. So the other part that we did this year is that we started focusing on giving parents a retreat too. So when the kids go to the Poconos and the kids go to the Knicks game, parents are coming along. And one of the highlights that I had too, like I use that other story, but one of the dads, who's a hardworking dad, who said, listen, I know what you guys are doing and the work that you're doing, but he's like, this was the first time he came on the Poconos trip, and he says the first time, it chokes me up, man, for real. He's like, it's the first time that he ever got to be where he saw his son smile, and that he could smile with his son, because he's on top of him, making sure he's doing the right thing. But he's like, he had fun. He was on a zip line, bro, smiling on a zip line with his son, riding a horse, So the parent got a chance to even have some time. So we're not just looking at like, hey, like Christy said, it's not like, hey, just go to the game and have some fun. We're creating a community. We're doing something big that, like, you know, that's explosive, that we're building something that we don't, that I feel that's been lost. Like, you know, when I grew up, you know, the aunts, the uncles, the neighbors, everybody was part of that community. It wasn't just when you got home. It was before you got home. That's gone. Now people pull out their cell phones, they watch it, they put it on video, and that's the end of it, man. People aren't saying things, and they're not teaching for whatever the different reasons. And so we're trying to bring back that community where it's like, listen, we could do this together. My wife always talks about the highlight in boxing when we had an 80-year-old who was in the boxing, who was doing the non-contact boxing, who was learning boxing with a young man who was about 15. The same kid who she's talked to, who the grandma would say, like, oh, he has his pants down and like this kid is no good and this and that. She's here meeting him and has an opportunity to talk. We did with grandparents around the world. We did one of the baseball games. We did it with grandparents around the world. So we have the seniors and with our young people, because we got to be in the same rooms talking, man, not talking about, but talking with. So yes, we deal with all structures of the family.
Yeah, I got to try to hook you up with Steve Harvey, because he has the Steve Harvey. What's his wife name? I can't think. Steve and Marv. Man, I can't think of her name, but they have a foundation together where they bring like maybe a couple of hundred kids during the summer, and they get to stay with them for like 4 weeks. Wow. And they put them up in this camp, and, you know, they do different things with them. They bring in the military, they do training, they do workouts, you know, and they cover everything for the 4 weeks. So maybe I'll try to get his information to you, and maybe you could send some of your guys, or this, you know, the children in your program to, you know, collaborate with him and be able to send some of your people to him over the summer. You know, excellent. Yeah, we'll talk about that off camera. Sure. But yeah, man, y'all, I'm really proud of you, dude. You know what I mean? Because it's not too many people out there that I know that are doing what you're doing, you know, to help save lives, because that's what you're doing. You know, you saving lives, because we, like I say, man, we still got these old dudes out here that's still stuck in the streets. You know what I mean? And I know dudes that I grew up with, you know, and when I go back home to the Bronx, these dudes, they still on the corner, and they 40s and 50s. Yeah. You know, and it is mind blowing to me that, you know, I would go take a 30-hour flight, you know, just to, you know, go visit another country just to try food, or, you know, you know, try, you know, learn different cultures, meet different people. And some of the guys that I grew up with, they still are on the corner at 3-4 decades, and some of them done did 20 years in jail. Yeah. They came home and still right back on the block, you know, and don't have no aspirations of going nowhere. Never got a passport, never left the country, never probably been to 3 different states, you know. So what you're doing is humongous, especially for a young man like this that's only 13 and already is getting, you know, moving. Absolutely. Already. You know what I'm saying? By 21, he'll probably been to a few hundred countries. You know what I mean? Yeah. You never know. Yeah.
No, absolutely. They come back. Another part of the program is that the kids that, you know, started it, that have moved on, you know, they come back as ambassadors. So they come back and they because they know the program. So we really try to build it within the community focus, you know, because it's like, who knows better? You know, like I could sit here and tell you how important it is, but who speaks better than mom who's living it, you know, than one of the kids who's been through it and who knows? Because you're right, man. It's the mindset. Like, you know, it's like if that mindset doesn't change, and if you don't see it, if you're not exposed to it, you know, you on a cruise and you going around because you know what it feels like, and it feels good, and it's rejuvenating, you know, and whatever it does for you. But if you don't see that, man, I know some people that like that from Queensbridge, that the furthest that they ever been is like Dallas BBQ on 72nd Street. You know, like it's like within that, just 20 miles, 10-mile radius and stuff, and but again, it's like the mindset to think. And so that's what we really try to work with, is like changing the mindset that you could do this. We had some kids doing archery. I thought too, they ain't gonna be like, this is boring, I don't like this, but they not only they like it, but some of them were good at it. And you never know, like maybe that, that might be something that you do, so it's much more than a trip. When we go to the Knicks, it's not just watching a game. They meet with, they get the, we did the HBCU, they get to meet the management, who's the lawyers of this, what's the real estate, we do apple picking. Where's this located? What does it mean to be on a farm? They meet black farmers. Like, we do cultural trips. It's impactful. When Jay was asking how many things we do, it's impactful, definitely.
Can I also say something? Like, so
yes.
When I went to the baseball game with my uncle, right? I don't really like go out with him as much or spend time with him as much. And then ever since then, like we have our own little inside joke. And then all the tickets that he's been giving me to the game, every time we go to a game and stuff, we have this little inside joke, and like I feel like we made a stronger bond because of that. And now like that's our little thing. Like when we go out to games,
wow,
we have a little thing.
Sick.
I feel grateful for that.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I appreciate that. That's cool. So I may put you on the spot for a second. You want to spit something for us?
Oh yeah, of course. So I'm gonna spit my single that's called Be Mine, okay?
What is it called?
It's called Be Mine. It's
all
on
right,
all
good.
platforms. All right. Girl, I gotta get this on my chest. Look around those school, you're the best. One day I might love you to death. People let me just sit off your test. You're the reason I don't miss a day. Gotta make it to school every day to see that smile on your face. A vision I'll never erase. Make a promise to do what you say. Ain't gotta do TikToks all day. Choose over the bros in the game. Got my word, my love won't be lame. Cause girl, I am what you need. We sat on my ring ice cream. Or take it to face my queen. You know the words not single with me.
Oh, okay.
Quiet, baby. Do your thing.
Quiet. Now, where they? You said that's on all platforms.
You stream on all platforms.
What's the name of it?
It's called Be Mine by Jay Wonder.
Jay Wonder. That's Jay
Wander.
All right, cool. Jay Wonder. Yeah, I got that. Stream that. Go get that. You know what I mean? So, do you have social media?
Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. It's all Jay Wonder NYC. I think my YouTube is just Jay Wonder
NYC.
All
right. Well, I'm sure you're gonna get a couple of followers here. Some of these parents here tell their kids to follow you because you're a positive young man. Always protect your mama. That's first and foremost. Never disrespect your mother, ever. You know what I mean? No matter what she say to you, if you don't like it, if it pisses you off, eat it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes your mother's going to tell you stuff that you may feel that is corny or you don't want to hear it, this, that, and other. She's only telling you stuff because she has been on this earth longer than you. And you may not understand what she's saying at times because you haven't gotten a chance to experience that in your life yet. But trust that what she's telling you is not to hurt you, it's to better you or to protect you. You know what I'm saying? And one of the first rules in life and in the Bible is honor thy mother and thy father. Ain't nothing you could say, is nothing that you could do to disrespect your mama. I mean, or your father. She birthed you, she carried you, she put clothes on your back, she keep a roof over your head. That is hard in itself. You know what I mean? And do not get out here and be sleeping with these little fast girls and bringing the baby home before you know what I mean? If you get to the point where you ever start being intimate with young ladies, always wear a condom. You don't want to make a mistake and bring a baby home before you even get to graduate high school, before you get to go to college. You got a whole life ahead of you. Live your life, learn what you're going to do in life, and do not bring no babies home. Trust me when I tell you. I did that at a young age, and I was 19 when I did it. And it ruined my life for a bunch of years over child support. All the money that I worked for, they took it. They took it. They took it. This is why I travel so much now. Now that, you know, it's over and now I got money to do things, I'm doing everything that I could do that I couldn't do because I was young and had kids at a young age and I couldn't live my life because I became a father too young. Don't be me. You know what I mean? And you're a good-looking guy, the girls are going to be on you. You know what I mean? So make sure if you ever get tempted, it's no love without a glove, little man. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there's diseases that could kill you. That's the other thing. You know what I mean? And I don't know if your mother had this conversation with you yet, but it's too late. He told you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know about the. I know about
Say that again.
I say, yeah, I know about the AIDS and stuff with the.
Yeah, all right. It's called the birds and the bees. That's what you should say for us. The birds and the bees, right, Chaz?
There you go, brother. You know it.
What was that saying? The birds and the bees. Something about honey, and I can't remember. Remember that saying?
I know.
In the chat. It's something about birds and the bees. You can't get no honey without money or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. All right. But once again, man, no matter what, always protect your mother, always protect your little sister. You know what I mean? And never let nobody try to get you involved with drugs. Don't let them ever try to inspire you to use drugs. Drugs ain't gonna make you better. It ain't gonna make you rhyme better. It ain't gonna make you flow better. They gonna tell you all that. Stay away from drugs because once you try it, you can be addicted for life. You know what I'm saying? You know, so trust me, man. You know, I had a mother that was addicted to drugs, and now she's 30 years clean, and it makes it hard for your family when you get addicted. You have addiction. You know what I mean? So I'm only telling you these things because I lived it. You know what I'm saying? And you see, you ain't got no gray beard yet, so you ain't even got no beard. You ain't got no mustache, so you ain't lived. So you got to take the rules from the. That's peach fuzz. That's peach fuzz. But
I see like a little.
Nah, all right, okay. Don't grow up too fat. Take your time, young man. Nah, but so Chad, you got anything you want to end with?
No, man, I appreciate you. I want to shout out Daisy's Cafe, though. That's where we're coming live from. So, like, if anybody's in the tri-state area, Jay-Z's Juice Bar, man, they really support us here in the community. And again, check our website out.
What's the address?
The address is 59. Wait, let me make sure. 5953 St. Raymond's Avenue.
They got the best hot chocolate.
He said they got the best hot chocolate. They're full.
Wait, is that in the Bronx?
That's in the Bronx. Yeah, that's the heart. We call it the heart of the square, Westchester Square, right by Lehman High School.
Okay.
Off of Tremont Avenue. Yeah, it's a new spot. Like, but they've been here for maybe like a year. But she supports all of our events. This is where we have a lot of the parent meetings, and we do a lot of the social events. So when we're not doing Club Chaz, when we're not online, we're over here doing some events here. So we started using this as one of the spots. So definitely, and then check out the website travelwithchaz.org. And and we got a lot of events. Again, if you're in the tri-state area, send me your email or something, and we put you on the mailing list and come check out one of the programs. If you're on here, I'll give you some passes to come to one of the events that we have coming up just to check it out and see what's going on. But we got a couple of events coming up. On March 21st, we got Playback for Change, which is a theater workshop that we have where the youth are going to be able to tell their stories live and have them acted out. Then we got the Nets and Pacers game on April 9th. We're going to be on on the stage on that game. We're the nonprofit of the game. We're gonna have a booth. We're gonna be on WFAN for the halftime show, and then we have on May 31st is our annual fundraiser, which is big. Again, I'll send that to you if you can send it out to your people. We can use donations and in kind or anything. But if you want to show up, we have that at the Marriott, also located in the Bronx. The residents at Marriott. But yeah, man, that's the biggest thing is recruitment, donations, and getting attendance, man. We're out here, and this program works. So
for me, like, go check out my song "Be Mine" on streaming platforms. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok. That's JAYWANDERNYC J1ENC NYC.
Okay,
yes.
I'm gonna put that up here.
JAYWANDERNYC.
Gotcha. Okay. Any last words from either one of y'all?
Just appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother Choke, for putting us on today. And and the words too, man, are powerful. Like I really appreciate this, and thank you so much, and thank you to your audience for having us here.
Oh, shout out to Emil too for connecting us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Emilion, what up? So
yeah. What's up,
once again, what y'all got going on for the rest of the year?
So we got, so the games that I was saying there, then we got the Kalahari joint that's happening in June. We have we doing the Father's Day. We do a Father's Day and Mother's Day. We might be doing the Bronx Zoo again for the Father's Day. We're trying to figure that out. We're working with Bronx Fathers Taking Action. We got a couple of retreats up in Bear Mountain that we're doing. I am gonna look into the cruise thing, like maybe doing like a short cruise, see if we could do like something like, they used to have a cruise in nowhere, so we might put that on the agenda. But we got a lot of parent stuff going on. And then the other thing is we're working with the DOE, like with a lot of the schools. So if you're involved with the schools, listen, we have the after school programming. We got the boxing program, which is year round. That runs the whole year round, 8-week cohorts. Is open to all, as you heard Mom saying earlier. So we got a few things in the cut coming up right now too. So we got a Six Flags trip in the summer.
Right. And can you give them your email?
Absolutely. It's Chaz, CHAZ, like zebra, at travelwithchaz.org. Chaz at travelwithchaz.org.
Okay. Let me add that real quick for the people that come on later. Chaz at travelwithchaz.org, correct?
That's it, yeah. And the website's you got the website, travelwithchaz.org.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to listen to my man Jay Wanda's music. You know what I mean? I'm going to pull that up in a second. And we will be in touch. And if y'all ever need to come back to talk about anything, Jay Wanda, you want to come back and promote a new single, you know what I mean? Just hit me up and I got you, baby.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And March 21st, I think I said it, but just March 21st, if you're in a tri-state, we also got something going on at the Bronx Museum of the Arts. We got a theater action going on. It's a free event. Come through and check our website, like with all these different events going on. But definitely come through on that March 21st.
All right, cool. All right, it was a pleasure having y'all. Shout out to you, Ma Duke. I know you're in the back. You can hear me. All right, we appreciate you coming on and sharing your experience. And this was a beautiful thing, man. My audience really enjoyed it, man. And I hope that anybody that's local reach out to you if they got a little knuckleheads around them that ain't listening. I'm sure that Jay will inspire them to, come and change their grades and, be inspired to do better. You dig?
Focus on schools. Keep staying in school. Don't skip school. Go to school every day. That's the main thing. Just focus in school. I'm telling you, you're going to be a good kid.
And what school you go to?
MS 363 in the Bronx.
Okay. All right. Shout out to everybody in the BX, man. Y'all stay focused. Y'all have a blessed night. Thanks again for coming on, man.
Yes, sir.
One
Thank
love.
you, brother. Appreciate you.
All right.
Peace.
Peace. Good night. Choke no joke. You already know. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I definitely did. Kind of touched my heart. I almost shed a tear over here. You know what I mean? Make me feel real good and warm inside to see brothers out here inspiring young men to do better in their lives. You know, I'm happy to see that the mother got a smile on her face because, you know, we see plenty of mothers bury their kids at a young age, even at the age of 13. You know, we seen a whole bunch of kids running around the Bronx acting a fool. You know, find something for your kids to do, man. You know what I mean? So, choke no joke. I know earlier my Wi-Fi was bugging out. What I wanted to say about 50 Cent, and I've seen a few of y'all complaining, Joe, you did all that for 2 minutes. So at 9 o'clock, I will be dropping an unreleased episode right here from the cruise, but I'm getting straight to the point about this 50 and T.I. joint. So 9 o'clock, keep it locked. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to my man Paul. And there was a few other people that donated. The Bill of Rights. Mary. Paul. Appreciate y'all for the support. And if you got any little shorties in the NYC area, or you don't have to be in NYC, you might could be in Connecticut, you might could be in Jersey, and you know, you could drive to the city and you want to get them around some positive kids and do some things and be like me and travel all over the goddamn place. Travelwithchaz.org, you know what I mean? Or email Chaz. If you got some type of program that you would like the kids to come to your program, or you got an event, or you got a basketball game, or you got access to free tickets to MLB game or NBA game or NFL game, and you got some type of hookup, hit my man Chaz up at Chaz at travelwithchaz.org and give him some free tickets, man. Let the kids come to your event. If you got a spot in the city and you want them to come through, if it's a theater, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? You could donate by opening your doors and letting them come through. If you got access to an amusement park, and you work there and you know the owner, say, hey, I know a good guy with some kids, that be looking to do things. Get your boss to give up, X amount of free tickets. And they maybe Chaz will pay for the rest for the ones that he can't get for free. But open those doors, inspire other kids to inspire other kids to inspire other kids to do better. You know what I mean? And some of you moms out there, if some of these kids is giving you a hard time, hit up Chaz. Let Chaz put them in the boxing program. And like Jay Wanda said, it ain't got to be, the fight, the physical thing of it. It's just the discipline. You know what I mean? That will help you get your grades better, stop you from getting in trouble, respecting your teachers, respecting your elders. You know what I mean? Just need a little discipline. Sometimes if, you ain't got a man in the house, you got a big homie around. You know what I mean? Or if you're a single father and you need some help, hit up Chaz. You got Jay Wanda, you got moms like him that you could get on the group chat and might help you from the female side on taking care of your kids, because fathers can't be mothers and mothers can't be fathers, but we can help each other. You dig? Choke no joke. You already know. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and Sometimes it ain't about hip-hop gossip or current events. It's about each one teaching one. You know what I mean? And shout out to Emil for introducing me to Chaz and setting that up for him to come on the channel. All right. Love you, million. All right. One. Y'all have a blessed night. Peace.
Choke, no joke. Yeah. It's choke, no joke. Let's go. Choke, no joke. Chicken, choke, no joke. Choke, no joke.